And they put it back in and score. Mallory Cougars wins its way right in on goal, and they are able to score. Right in front, shot, save, and she could not hold on, and the Icebergs have a 2-goal lead.
This broadcast of Icebergs Hockey is brought to you through generous support of these WSTO supporters. Stoughton Hospital, a proud supporter of WSTO programming. Stoughton Hospital is a 2010 Wisconsin Forward Award Master recipient, providing exceptional personalized service. Trusted care close to home. Farmers Insurance, Mike Daniels Agency. Proven history of great customer service. Call to discuss a free insurance proposal and discover if he can save you money. Farmers Insurance, Mike Daniels Agency is conveniently located in downtown Stoughton at the intersection of Main Street and Water Street. The UPS store of Stoughton. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it all in one place. 2364 Jackson Street, next to Papa Murphy's. Crest Funeral and Cremation Services, love and concern in action. The three things Crest values the most are service, service, and service. A proud supporter of WSTO programming.
McFarland State Bank, your local, safe, and trustworthy community bank since 1904. Member FDIC.
Welcome to the Mann Center for high school girls hockey, and a very happy new year to you. On the second day of January, it is Badger Conference action as the Cap City Cougars come to Stoughton to take on the Icebergs. Great to have you with us on the Iceberg Television Network. James Weingard with you from the Mann Center in Stoughton. And tonight it is the Icebergs hosting the Cap City Cougars, as we mentioned. And in the Badger Conference right now, Cap City finds themselves in second place with 6 points behind the undefeated Rock County Fury. They're at 5-0 in the conference. Cap City is at 3-1. They're 9-3-1 overall. And the Icebergs come in second from the bottom. They're at 1-3 in the conference and 4-9-0 overall. Let's get our starting lineups first for the Cap City Cougars.
Taylor Thornton. On defense, number 9, Olivia Thompson. Also on defense, number 26, Mackenzie Rossini. At forward, number 4, Carson Sheridan. At forward, number 7, Brenna Banuelo. At center, number 6, Margot Fowler. Followed by the rest of the Cougars. The Cougars are coached by Jeff Norton and assisted by Tom Siegel and Mike Jay. And now, for the Icebergs, starting in goal, number 1, Kenzie Nishas. On defense, number 18, Sophia Mocero. Also on defense, number 23, Tegan Rupiper. At forward, number 19, Erin Olson. Also at forward, number 21, Paige Nelson. And at center, number 24, Bryn Weaver.
So again, for the Icebergs tonight, it'll be Mackenzie Nishis in goal, and then Sophia Macero, Erin Olson, Paige Nelson, Tegan Rupiper, and Bryn Weaver. For the Cap City Cougars, in goal is Taylor Thornton, and then Carson Sheridan, Margot Thousand, Brenna Benuelos, Olivia Thompson, and Mackenzie Rosine. And right now we pause to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. There's our national anthem, and we get ready for high school girls hockey, the Badger Conference tonight. And it is the Cap City Cougars and the Icebergs from the Matt Center in Stoughton. Nice to have you with us along with our crew. James Weingard with you here from Stoughton on this second day of January in 2018. And again, we hope you had a wonderful, happy, safe, healthy holiday season. And certainly, again, wish you a very happy new year as we head into 2018. And we will be with you for the balance of the hockey season, of course. And we get into some basketball and probably soccer later on. And so we'll continue our coverage of sporting events here along, well, the Iceberg Television Network and, of course, on your local channels as well. So the teams are meeting up by their respective, well, the Cougars are meeting up by their bench. The Icebergs are down on the other end, huddled up around their goalie. Cap City coming off of a win against Osseo Park Center. And that was a 3-2 win on Saturday, December 30th. And they beat Marshall 5-2, lost to Rochester Mayo by a score of 5-1, beat Viroqua 5-1, and lost to Rock County by a score of 2-0. Meanwhile, the Icebergs were playing in a tournament in Rhinelander over the holiday week. And they came out 1-2, lost to Viroqua 2-1. They beat Medford 5-2 and lost to Northern Edge by a score of 2-1, and then they beat the Lakeshore Lightning there 3-2 on the 23rd of December. So we are underway. Cougars fired out of their own zone. It's going to be a chase down to the Icebergs end and collected there. Tegan Rupiper bounds it off of a shin and it ricochets out to neutral ice. Collected there by Paige Nelson. And now picked through traffic, Carson Sheridan has it for the Cougars, and she'll play it up toward the blue line, overskated it, and it spins its way along the red line, then popped over here to the near side wall. They'll fire it into the Iceberg zone. It goes around the backside of the Icebergs net, and over along the far side now. It'll be cleared out, but touched right back in by Cap City. Icebergs send it right back out. Bryn Weaver sends it into the Cougar zone, and they will reject that right away and come back out with Amanda Bauer, 77. And then that's taken away, comes back on a 2-on-2 for the Icebergs. And this is Araya Karatko through traffic. Karatko with a shot, save made. And the loose puck is steered back out toward the point. And a shot redirected off of a stick, and it caroms off into the corner. 15:42 to go here in the opening period. Puck along the boards back behind the net. And now fired back down toward the corner. Cougars trying to get it out of their own zone, but the Icebergs are being stingy with that. Touched back in between the circles, and it will be caromed off to the corner. Now back out to neutral ice. The Icebergs fire it right back into the zone off the stick of Kelsey Waldner. Icebergs get a line change. Cougars start a rush, but they can't get it out of the zone. And now it's touched out. And this is going to be Sydney Urso turning and firing it back in as we approach 2 minutes gone here in the first period. In the circle, bounce it out toward the blue line. Shot goes well wide of Taylor Thornton, who's in goal tonight for the Cougars. That shot wide of the mark to the right, and the rebound comes all the way back out to the point. They tried to center it, bounces off of a shin and comes out to neutral. Quickly, it's Maria Griffiths, and her shot goes wide of Nishis. It ends up in the corner, and now Kendra Sanderfoot has it. Back to Griffiths behind the net, and at the side of the net, save made, and they try and stuff it in at the side there, but Nishis able to keep it out. Icebergs fire it off the boards, and they'll be able to clear. Big collision down here at the penalty boxes. They fire it into the zone. First to play it is going to be Mackenzie Rosine for the Cougars, and she'll start the rush right up the middle of the ice. Now comes over here to this near side. Gets around traffic. Tegan Rupiper has it. Lost it. Into the circle. Down goes Rosine. Shot in on Nishis. She makes the save, and we stay scoreless with 14:02 to play here in the first. Face-off coming right in on goal, but they couldn't get a shot away. It comes out to the top of the circle, and now toward the bottom of the circle, it's steered away by the Icebergs, and they'll play it out of the zone, and now the race is on back to the Cougar blue line. It's stuck right at the blue line, now poked back to neutral, a 2-on-2 coming back the other way, and it's Carson Sheridan with it. Sheridan with a shot, that never got through. Rupiper's legs got in the way of it, and now another shot from the bottom of the circle. Nishis able to close the pads on it, and we get a stoppage of play here with 13:36 to go. Mackenzie Nishis, a 2-7 record on the season. 3.09 goals against average. Save percentage this year, 91.5%. Bounding puck into the circle. Cougars try and get it back, and they do. Sheridan with it, spins out at the blue line. Pass was intercepted by the Icebergs. Karatko had it, and the puck at the red line, now fired in by the Icebergs. Montana Cruz has it for the Cougars, and she puts the brakes on behind her own net. 13:10 to go in the first. And the puck slides on the stick of Carson Sheridan along the far side wall, but not out. Icebergs able to hold the zone over there with Taylor Nishis, and it slides into the circle, tracked down in the corner by Cruz. Behind the net, Cruz still with it, and now the rush is on right down the middle of the ice. A couple players back on defense for the Icebergs, and poked away to the near side wall. Cruz retrieves it and tracks it down in the corner. Loose puck in the slot and kicked along over to the near side wall once again. 12.5 minutes to play in the first, scoreless from the Mann Center. And in the corner now, the Icebergs will force the issue back behind their own net. Goes over to the other side. Taylor Nishis let it go by. Comes out to the point. Shot taken from the point. And Mackenzie Nishis, the goalie, closes her glove around it. And we get a stoppage here with 12:18 to play. Another shot, and that one sticked aside. 12:12 to play in the first period. Icebergs start the rush up the near side of the rink, and it's kicked into the slot with a shot, save, rebound, loose on the near side, but nobody there except Cougar players. Out to the point and out to neutral ice. Icebergs trying to keep it from getting back into their own zone. They cannot. It just gets dumped down to the corner. And first to play it down there is Santina Cullison, CC Cullison. And now this side, and a shot, and that's a riser that goes off the far side corner post and into the middle. Icebergs there to feed it back into the corner. Sydney Urso battles into the corner on this side now. 11.5 minutes to play Bottom of the circle, centering pass and a shot. Nishis able to make the save coming across the crease. 11:25 remaining. Taylor Thornton in goal for the Cougars tonight, and she has a 9-2-1 record, a 1.83 goals against average, and a save percentage of 90.8%. Into the corner. Icebergs trying to force the issue up the near side wall. We approach 11 minutes to play. Cougars hold the zone, dump it back in the corner, sends it around the bend, and it'll be out of the zone. Erin Olson has it, and she tried to get it toward the middle. She did, but it was intercepted by Olivia Thompson, and she starts the rush on a 3-on-2 for the Cougars. Thompson right in on goal. Save made by Nishis. Shot from the circle taken, and that went wide to the left. Olson getting up off the ice, sends it back down behind her own net. Sophia Macero first to play it. 10:30 to play. Shot in. Nishis makes the save, and it bounces back out toward the blue line. Icebergs looking to try and clear. Now it's right in front, but it skipped out of the reach of one of the Cougar players. Back behind the net again, slides over to the half circle, and that was overskated by one of the Cougars. Didn't see who that was. Comes right in on Nishis, and she's able to make the save. Might have been Carson Sheridan over there. 10 minutes and 5 seconds to go, opening period. Face-off coming in the Iceberg zone, and off the face-off it is rejected all the way down to the Cougar end. And first to play it is Montana Cruz for Cap City. Cap City has players from DeForest, Madison East, Madison La Follette, Sun Prairie, and Wanakee. And this will be chipped out of the zone, out of the Cap City zone. Races on to the other end. And a spin move in the circle comes toward the middle. Backhand shot and a glove save nicely done by Nishis. And with 9:37 to go in the first, another face-off coming. Icebergs with players from Stoughton, Deerfield, Oregon, McFarland, Monona Grove, and Evansville. Off the face-off goes to the side of the net. They emerge on this side. Centering pass is out of the reach of everybody, and now picked up by Sydney Schipper for the Icebergs, and she's trying to race everybody back. She wins the race, gets the puck back behind the net, and it gets hung up in the corner by the Zamboni door. Puck loose behind the Cougar net once again, out to the blue line, held in there by the Icebergs. They'll send it back to the circle, centering pass and a shot, then a glove save made by Taylor Thornton. Well, if nothing else, the Icebergs have created a few scoring opportunities for themselves here in the early going. Face-off coming in the Cap City zone with 9:09 to go in the first period. And this bounces off of a skate down to the corner. First to play it there is Amanda Bauer for Cap City, and she'll start the rush right down the middle of the ice. And I correct myself, that's Montana Cruz. Cruz, a little drop pass, and that one goes off of a stick and caroms into the corner. Comes back to the top of the circle now, and from the slot, another deflection off of a stick makes the puck go sailing over the middle of the crossbar, back to the wall behind the net. Now cleared out to neutral. A big pile up in front of the penalty boxes, now taken by the Icebergs, Paige Nelson, and she had it taken off of her stick. And coming back now is Maria Griffiths, and she'll send it in, steered aside by Nishis. Margot Thousand has it now out at the high slot, and that's batted out of the air and cleared out of the Iceberg zone. 8:10 to play in the opening period. At the blue line, a shot, save made, sticked away to the near side wall, where a couple of players tangle up, and now 4 players battle for it. Comes back toward the point. Another save by Nishis on the low slider. Icebergs clear. And they get it all the way back to the Cougar blue line before the Cougars start the rush. And that's taken away. C.C. Cullison, and that'll be sent all the way down. An icing call on the Icebergs. And so we get a face-off coming to the Iceberg zone here with 7:33 to play in the first. Face-off in the Iceberg zone after icing was called, and it's collected by the Cougars. Centering pass skips through everybody and comes over here to the near side wall harmlessly, and then off of a stick it goes out of play. And we will get a face-off, looks like outside of the Iceberg zone. Bounced off the blade of the stick and into the Icebergs bench. I think there was some discussion as to where or why the face-off was going to be where it was. Montana Cruz sends it back through neutral. Tegan Rupiper has it, and a giveaway to the slot. Shot, save, rebound loose, and it's steered over to the far side corner. Popped in the air, out to the blue line. Icebergs trying to get it out of their own zone. It spins its way over here to the near side wall, but not, I guess it was out. Yep, so an offside call here by the lines, or by the referee over on that far side. 7:02 to go, opening period. And the face-off is at neutral ice. Poked over in front of the Iceberg bench, and it's popped up and into the bench once again. And this time the face-off, I think, is going to be in the Iceberg zone. Referee pointing that way. Yep. That's tipped out of the way of a pass all the way back down to the Cougar end. Aaron Olson, penalty coming up. And it's going to be a Cougar penalty for a hook. So Mackenzie Rosine goes into the box for a hook. So the Icebergs on a power play now for a couple minutes. 6:42 to play here in the first period. And the first penalty of the game called. And this is a giveaway to the Icebergs. Thornton with the glove save off the shot from Paige Nelson.
Time of the penalty, 10:18.
6:32 left, and the face-off won by the Cougars. Can't get it out of the zone, though. Right along the blue line, they hammer it over to the wall, and then it trickles down toward the corner. Now it's tipped out of the zone. Urso sends it back across the red line, where it's played there by Bryn Weaver. She turns the corner, gets into the zone, puts the brakes on, lost her stick, lost an edge, down she went. Tegan Rupiper goes and chases it down over on the far side. Minute 25 left in the penalty, 6:05 to go for the first period. Puck into the Cougar zone, and first to play it will be Zephyrin Jager. And she will get it back toward the blue line, and then they'll just pop it out of the zone. Rupiper behind her own net. Forces it off the wall. A minute to go in the penalty. That's taken away. Colleen Milligan has it, shorthanded. Milligan had it taken off of her stick by Hannah Weber. 50 seconds to go in the penalty. Weber still with it at the red line, now into the zone. And Taylor Nishis goes and plays it on the near side. At the blue line, held in by the Icebergs nicely. And a shot that bounces off of a shin, and it's held in, batted out of the air by the Icebergs. And finally, Margot Thousand able to clear it out to neutral. 25 seconds to go in the penalty. Played off the boards at neutral ice. Sheridan has it right at the blue line. 5 minutes left in the first period. 14, 13, 12 seconds to go in the penalty. In through the circle, in traffic. Now a 2-on-2 coming back for the Cougars. Benuelos had it taken off of her stick. She'll try and center it, but the Icebergs able to clear it out of harm's way. The penalty is done. Both teams are back to full strength. Sydney Urso has it. And now that's given away. Skates got in the way of a drive toward the middle. Dropped down toward the corner and then behind the net. 4:21 to go in the first. Icebergs played up the near side and out to neutral ice. That was Olivia Thompson sending it back into the Iceberg zone. And a giveaway at the high slot. Jager right in front, backhand shot hit the outside of the post. And the play goes on. Boy, very, very close to a goal there, but it somehow stayed out. Back come the Cougars now on a 3-on-4. Jager has it again on the near side, stops at the top of the circle, throws it all the way across to the other side of the ice. And a shot. And it'll be covered up by Nicias with 3:32 left. Face-off coming in the Iceberg zone here with 3:32 remaining in the opening period. Taken down into the corner. Hannah Weber brings it around to the top of the circle. Cougars hold the zone. Puck slides behind the net to the corner on the other side. They tried to force it along, but couldn't get any stick on it. Now it finally comes out of the zone. And here's a 3-on-1 now for the Icebergs coming back. Centering pass into the circle, and a backhand shot is through the crease, and it ends up in the corner. Back out to the point, held in there. Swing and a miss on the pass. Still in the zone, though. Haley Hefel, and that shot goes into the glass behind the net. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first period. And at the circle now, shot gets redirected wide of the margin. And they hang up in the corner down there. One of the Cougar players went down. That was Cruz. Out to the high slot. Icebergs hold the zone. They come right down the middle. Shot, save made, and Thornton covers it up. 2:32 left in the first period. And the face-off hung up in the circle. Carson Sheridan brings it out. Now Margot Thousand across to the other side. That's Benuelos. Thousand again. Spun around into the corner on this side. Icebergs will be able to clear it out again. 2:10 to go in the opening period. Poked along, and this is going to be Paige Nelson with a sharp angled shot from the corner. A rising shot about bicep high, and a save made by Taylor Thornton. And another face-off coming here with 2:03 left. Face-off sent to the corner. Montana Cruz still with it down there. They'll send it to the circle. Icebergs stingy, not letting it go. And another shot and a save made by Thornton. 1:52 to go in this opening period, a scoreless first period. And the face-off is taken by the Cougars, and it's Cruz, side of the net, comes into the circle, and an almost giveaway. Cruz will come and chase it down here on the near side wall, and into the Iceberg zone. Rupiper falls down, Cruz around traffic, and a shot and a save made by Nishis. 1:36 to play. Along the blue line to the far side on the point. That shot by Mesa Meyer hit a body and ends up caroming off to the wall. They send it behind the net to the near side corner. 1:19 to go in the first. Again behind the net. One of the Iceberg players got spun down. That was Heefel. Into the circle, centering pass, and that one goes just wide of the net. 1:06, 1:05, 1:04 to play, opening period.
1 minute to play in the period.
And there's the announcement of a minute to go as that centering pass goes through the slot. Nobody was home. Iceberg's going to try and clear, could not. They go to the bottom of the circle now, and that was Colleen Milligan over there. And right in front, Nishis with the save, loose puck in the slot, and the Iceberg's able to clear it out. 40 seconds left in the first. One of the Cougar players got upended. They play right down here below us at the penalty box, and now into the Cougar zone. It bounces back out to neutral, settled down by Sammy Ayers, and they will clear it out. Will the Cougars? Icing will be called. And it crosses the line, and we have 16 seconds to play in the first period. .16 seconds left in the first. Face off in the Cougar zone. It gets pushed over to the wall with 10 to go in the first. Centering pass intercepted by the Cougars. 5 seconds left. They're going to beat the clock here. Sanderfoot with it. With 1 second to the shot and a save at the buzzer. And that's the way the first period will come to an end. It's the Cap City Cougars nothing and the Icebergs nothing. We'll come back with the second period straight ahead. This is high school girls hockey, the Badger Conference on the Icebergs Television Network. And we welcome you back now to the Mann Center. James Weingard with you on the Iceberg Television Network. Great to have you with us here tonight. And it's the Cap City Cougars and the Icebergs scoreless through the first period. And let's take a look at our Stoughton Hospital stats report through this first period. We'll take a look at the shots on goal. They're certainly lopsided, but it is coming up here in a second. Stoughton Hospital stats report coming up here for you in just a second. There it is. And shots on goal, 20 for the Cougars, 9 for the Icebergs, 20 saves for Mackenzie Nishis, and 9 for Taylor Thornton. The Cougars had just the one penalty in the first period for 2 minutes. No penalties on the Icebergs through this first period. And that's our Stoughton Hospital stats report through one period of play here tonight. And again, we wish you a very happy and healthy and safe new year, 2018. And you know, we start 2018, and what's old is new again. As I stand up here, Derek, who's normally out in the truck pushing the buttons and making clocks fly all over the place and everything, he's actually up here by me tonight, running the camera up on the platform up here. We've been working hockey together for what, 10 years? Is it 10 years? Yeah. So then he moved out to the truck once, 11 years. He moved out to the truck when we started doing the full 3-camera or 5-camera production years ago, and so our first game of 2018 brings us back to the last game of 2008 or 7 or something. So it's very. I've had a number of people stand next to me over the years up here while I've been doing games for both the boys and the girls, and it's very odd to turn to my left right now and see Derek standing there. But a bit of nostalgia, I guess. So we get ready for the second period now. Scoreless game thus far here at the Mann Center. And the Icebergs kick it into the Cougar zone, and they are able to hold the zone. Goes down to the corner, and first to play it there is Colleen Milligan as she sends it around to Carson Sheridan. Back on its edge, it rolls this way, and out to neutral, and all the way down to the other end. Icing will be called against the Cougars, and a face-off coming back to the Cap City zone with just 23 seconds gone here in the second period. In the intermission, Derek and I were talking, there's a lot different technology up here now than what what we had years ago when we just first started doing games. We had one camera up here. I had a microphone that I actually held in my hand, and we would record all the games on tape, and then between the two of us, we hoped like heck that the game, the first 2 periods would go through on one tape, and then the third period we changed tapes in the intermission, in the second intermission, and hope that the third period would fit on one tape by itself. So now everything's all digital, and they just throw it in the server back at the station and put it on air. And we couldn't go live back then, and we're going live all the time now. So lots and lots of different stuff over the years that Derek has usually been out in the truck, now standing up here running camera for us tonight. So approaching a minute gone here in the second, and moving ahead, Zephan Jager with it in the corner. Jager has it back behind the net, out to the circle, and that's poked away. Jager over to the top of the circle on this side, chipped out by the Icebergs, and now they'll start a rush. Long pass through the middle, and it skips underneath the stick of a Cougar player and ends up down in the corner. 15:40 to go in the second. Scoreless game thus far here from the Mann Center tonight between the Icebergs and the Cap City Cougars. And over to the far side at the circle, Cougars trying to clear, could not, ends up just kind of hanging out at the top of the circle. Now the Cougars clear it out, and it'll be chased down by Cece Cullison. Cullison turns the corner, throws it back out to neutral. Sammy Ayers sends it into the zone, down to the corner, and first to play it there was Mackenzie Rosine for the Cougars. Now the race back onto the Iceberg end. They waved icing off. Rupiper let it go by. Now she's got it back behind the Iceberg net. Comes over here to the near side. Hit the side of the cage. May have actually hit Nishis' stick. That takes that odd hop off the Zamboni door. Now the puck spins its way into the Cougar zone. And first to play it is Bailey Hadley. Hadley along the far side. Rupiper holds his own, bounding puck through the slot, and it'll be tracked down by the Icebergs into the circle. Tried to center it, sticks got in the way, popped way up high in the air. Rupiper retreats all the way back to her own zone and hammers it off the boards back to neutral. Elise Olsen had it for just a moment. They bring it back toward the blue line. Olsen's got it back, then quickly dislodged from her. Paige Nelson's stick got in the way of it. Paige heads toward the middle at the circle. Shot. Oh, tried to get it on the far post to Erin Olsen, but it went behind her. 13:50 to play in the second. From the top of the circle, shot never challenged the goal. It was going to be well wide to the right. Never even got to the mouth. Here's a centering pass, and the Cougars say nope. They'll throw it back over to the wall. They hammer it off the wall, and it slides back down to the Iceberg zone. 13 and a half to play in the second. Haley Hefel, and this will be icing against the Icebergs. And so face-off coming back down to their zone with 13:23 to play in the second period. .23, time remaining in the second. A scoreless game from the Mann Center in Stoughton between the Icebergs and the Cap City Cougars tonight. And out to the top of the circle, pushed back to the blue line, held in by the Cougars, comes over here to the near side. They tried to center it, sticks got in the way, and it trickles into the corner. Cougars control, backhand shot, hit the side of the net. Cece Collison with it now for the Icebergs. She'll play it hard off the boards, not out of the zone though. Held up at the point, rising shot, comes up on shoulder high. Turnaround shot from the slot by Margot Thousand. Save made by Nishes. She steered it off to the corner. Karatko has it now for the Icebergs. Pushes it up to the top of the circle. Bounding puck through traffic, and that redirect hits the outside of the post and caroms off to the corner. And in the circle, shot, save made. And the Icebergs will be able to clear it out, or should be able to, they do. Olivia Thompson across the ice to this side, and they bring it in. Rosine will go and chase it down in the corner. Carries it behind the net, tried to get it in front, they did, but Iceberg players there were there to interrupt that, and then bolts into the zone. Back to neutral, at the red line, they'll fire it down into the near side corner. Icebergs will get a line change here with 12 minutes to play in the second period. A scoreless game. Puck hung up behind the Cougar net. They play it high off the glass. Rupiper holds his own for a second. Now it's cleared out. Zephin Jager with a head of steam. Drop pass. Jager gets it back in the circle. Centering pass goes through the crease and ends up harmlessly in the corner. 11:40 to play in the second. At the side of the net. And a reactionary, the best way I can describe that is a reactionary save. Nishis was on her knees and kind of yanked her glove back. And she was able to make the save. Referee barking about a mouth guard that's on the ice basically straight across from where we are. Well, there was one down in the corner too. So nobody's going to claim the one over there. Oh, here comes somebody. Bryn Weaver's going to go and collect it. Whether or not it's hers is potentially different story. All right, now we're ready to go after the housekeeping is finished. Must keep a tidy man center, you know. 11:32 left, and Nisha is able to cover up the puck as it came wobbling in toward her. No score thus far. Only one penalty in the game, and another shot right off the face-off, and Nisha covers it up, and we'll try it again. Maybe the third time will be the charm. This time they come this way with the face-off, and it gets hung up in the circle. Cougars trying to fight their way through traffic, and it ends up sliding over to the corner on the other side. Icebergs have it there, but not out of the zone quite yet. They battle for it about 5 feet below the blue line. Now it slides just back outside the blue line, and so the Cougars will have to reset. We approach 11 minutes to play here in the middle period. Colleen Milligan has it for the Cougars at the point. That bounced off of a skate and ends up not going where they had intended it. Shot goes well wide to the left. Icebergs collected on the far side. Now in the middle of the ice, it's Hannah Weber. Weber's 1-on-4, had it poked off of her stick. Sydney Rogers sends it into the to the Cougar zone. Now the Cougars with an opportunity coming back the other way. Amanda Bauer is going to go chase it down. A 3-on-2 developing to the corner. Bauer goes down. She gets tackled. No call coming. 10:30 to play here in the second. Centering pass. Icebergs had it. Oh, a turnaround shot goes over the corner of the crossbar and poked away, and this will be clear. Well, let's see. I was going to say it'll be cleared out, but not quite yet, and it won't be. They push it back down to the corner. CC Cullison has it. Hammered back to behind the Iceberg net. Centering pass was intercepted by Sydney Urso, and they slide it back down toward the Cougar blue line. Battle for it down here in front of us, and now it's in the Cougar zone as it's flipped ahead, and a breakaway opportunity. Nobody back on defense. Here comes Margot Thousand with a shot and a score. So Margot Thousand, the senior from Wanakee, gets the goal. And the time of the goal is 7:20 of the second period. Our first goal of the game. And so Cap City leads over the Icebergs now by a score of 1-0. Puck rolls its way into the corner here on this side. Icebergs chip it away from the near side wall. Looks like the intensity has picked up a little bit here in the mid stages of the second period. Bodies flying around a little bit more. And a shot from the point that whistles through the crease and bounces into the corner. Still held by the Cougars. Now it settles down in the circle. Turnaround centering pass goes through the slot and bounces off the far side wall. Iceberg's able to clear it out. Taylor Nishis has it. Settles it through traffic and then taken away from her by Camille Baker. Karatko and
Cougars unassisted goal.
Mackenzie Rosine neutralize their
time of the goal 7:20.
the puck, and it popped up high in the air and out of play. .8:47 left in the second period. And this will be back out to center ice and to the Cougar blue line. Picked up there by Montana Cruz, who tried to split a double team, but that didn't work. Sent into the Cougar zone by Hannah Weber. 8:30 to play in the second. Maria Griffiths with a head of steam. Poked back toward the blue line, but Cruz just out of her reach, so the Cougars will have to reset. Puck right at the red line and swatted at by the Icebergs into the Cougar zone. Under 8 minutes to play here in the second period. Backhanded back into the Cap City zone, and they'll collect it there. Cruz over to this side now, and that will be Lauren Bleeferneck. That's too far in front of everybody. That'll be icing against the Icebergs. And we will get a stoppage of play here with 7:40 to go in the second. Face-off won by the Cougars out to the point. Hit two skates, and Karam's over to the top of the circle on the far side. Bounding puck there, now wrestled for, and three black jerseys and a white jersey over there. That hit a hip, and a backhand shot, save made by Nishis, and she covers it up. .7:21 left here in the second. And Icebergs win the face-off. Comes out to the blue line, held in by Cap City. Iceberg player lost her stick, and here's a nice save again by Nishis.
busy week of hockey for us here along the Iceberg Television Network and also WSTO TV for Stoughton. The girls will be back in action here on Friday night, January 5th, against Brookfield, and then they'll be in action again as part of a doubleheader on Saturday against Onalaska. Carson Sheridan has it for the Cougars. Under 7 minutes to go in the second period, and sent into the Iceberg zone. Hits the corner boards. Tegan Rupiper collects it for the Icebergs, and this will come out toward the top of the circle, but not out. Into the slot, a shot, and that one goes wide of the mark to the left. 6:35 to play in the period, and another shot. Save made again by Nicias, and cleared out of harm's way by Bryn Weaver. Chipped along the far side wall. Cougars hold the zone, they dump it in the corner. Rupiper will give chase over to the near side. Trying to get around traffic. It's poked down a little further into the corner and then slid behind the net. Tried to get it in front, but they hit the side of the cage, and now it just goes off to the corner. Wrap it around the boards, and it comes up the near side. Poked along, but not out yet. Now it is for the Icebergs, and Paige Nelson doing a nice job to get her stick on the puck to get it out of the zone and get a little refresher there. Across the blue line and into the Iceberg zone again. Rupiper will chase it down, and this will come out to neutral and slide all the way to the Icebergs end, and that'll be icing against the Icebergs, and we'll get a face-off in their zone with 5:36 to play. And so we have 3 girls games this week, and boys on Stoughton boys on Thursday night, and then on Saturday evening, that Onalaska game, special time Saturday at 2 o'clock here at the Mann Center for the girls. 5:21 to go in the second. Down to the corner now in the Cougar zone, played behind the Cougar net. And they'll start the rush up the far side. Rosine with it. Rosine trying to pick her way through a triple team. Got it back and threw it in front, but the Icebergs were there to disrupt that. Now back the other way comes Taylor Nicias. Had it taken off of her stick, but teammate Araya Karatko to pick up the loose puck, and she'll take it down to the corner and then just slide it along behind the Cougar net. To the middle, that's a giveaway, and a sliding shot, save made, and it skips off the stick and into the goal. Sammy Ayers with the goal for the Icebergs, and we're tied at 1. .12:17, the time of the goal. One to one our score. 4:40 to play in the second. Sometimes a little luck helps. In the slot, now out to the high slot, back to the blue line. They'll throw it down to the corner. 4:25 to play here in the second. Tie game at 1. We'll get the official announcement here in a second for the goal, the Icebergs goal. Batted back toward the blue line. Now into the circle. Shot, save made by Nicias, and she'll hold on.
Goal scored by number 11, Sammy Ayers, with assists from number 26, Hannah Weber, and number 28, Santina Cullison. Time of the goal, 12:17.
There's the announcement. Sammy Ayers with the goal. Approaching 4 minutes remaining here in the second period. 1-1 our score. Puck loose at neutral. Cougars quickly back to collect it. Cruz had set up behind her own net. Rupiper has it at neutral for the Icebergs. And she'll sweep it over
to Bryn Weaver, and Weaver across the blue line. Drop pass back to the point. Rupiper hammers it, hits the referee in the back of the leg. Poke back toward the blue line, and now out. Carson Sheridan with it. Sheridan around traffic. Sheridan moving in, and a save made by Nicias. Back out to the point again, and drop down a little further. Icebergs clear. 3:23 left in the second. Mackenzie Rosine. Now Cruz. Middle of the ice for Jaeger. And a couple of nice moves there. Centering pass, and that skipped right underneath the stick of Amanda Bauer. Colleen Milligan trying to set her up. 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in period number 2, and this will be icing against the Cougars, and a face-off coming back down to their zone with 2:58 left. Margot Thousand, a goal for Cap City at 7:20 of this second period, and then Sammy Ayers getting the equalizer at 12:17. So we are tied at 1 between the Cougars and the Icebergs. Face-off drawn toward the corner. Play along the wall on this near side. Chip at it, they hack at it, and finally it will be Mackenzie Rosine collecting it for the Cougars. Hammered around the boards this way, and it will sneak out to neutral ice. Kelsey Waldner will have to retreat all the way back down to her own end, and then use the goal as a little pick. Bounces and spins its way toward the middle. 2:22 to go here in the second. Played over to the far side now, held up there by the Cougars. Comes up to the side of the net, and taken there by Taylor Nicias. Back out to neutral. Karatko was battling for it over there. Popped up in the air, now settled down. Thrown in by Sheridan. She's got it back. Couple of nice moves. Save made by Nicias, and it's kicked to the wall behind the net. Jaeger centers it, goes through the crease. 1:50 to play in the second. Back out to the point. They'll drop it down to the corner, and that'll take the hop off the Zamboni door. There's just a little bit of a crease down there where if the puck slides right along the base of the wall, it'll typically take that carom, which will send it in front of the net, sometimes unexpectedly. 1:25 to play here in the second. And a giveaway in the circle, now toward the middle. That'll be taken by Kelsey Waldner. And that'll be out to the point, held up by Rosine. Shot, and that one stick down by Nicias. Comes back out to Rosine again with 1:09, 1:08, 1:07 to play here in the second. Tie game at 1. And here's the announcement.
1 minute to play in the period.
Back out to the high slot. Stop there. They'll drop it down to the corner as we tick under a minute to play in period number 2. They bounce it off the wall, top of the circle, and out to the slot. Karatko will just fire it out of the zone. This will be icing against the Icebergs with 44 seconds to play in the second period. Off the face-off, heads to the top of the circle, cleared out. 2-on-1 now for the Icebergs coming back. 37 seconds to go in the period. Around traffic, nice job by Mesa Meyer to interrupt the play. Paige Nelson lost control of it. A push from behind, and that's going to be a penalty on Bryn Weaver for a trip. So Bryn Weaver, the freshman from Monona Grove, heads into the penalty box on a trip, and the Icebergs will have to kill off a penalty. 25 seconds left here in the second, and there'd be a minute and 35 of carryover time to the third, barring a goal. 20 seconds to go. Back to the point, now into the circle. Icebergs can't get it out. Side of the net. 10 seconds left. Now to the corner. Down to 7, 6, 5 seconds to play. Icebergs clear, and that'll be the end of the second period. So the Icebergs will have to kill off 1:36 of penalty time as we head to the third. It's the Cap City Cougars 1 and the Icebergs 1. We'll take a timeout, come back. Third period coming up. This is Badger Conference Girls Hockey on the Iceberg Television Network.
Saves in the second period.
And we welcome you back now to the Man Center. James Weingart with you on the Iceberg Television Network. It is 1-1 between the Cap City Cougars and the Icebergs. And in the second period, the scoring summary looking like this. 7:20 of the second period. Margot Thousand got the first goal of the game. There was no scoring in the first, and that made it 1-0. And then at 12:17 of the second period, it was Sammy Ayers getting the tying goal for the Icebergs to make it 1-1. So taking a look then at the Stoughton Hospital stats report, as you see on your screen, 1-1 is our score. Shots on goal, 34 for the Cougars, 12 for the Icebergs, 11 saves for Thornton, the goalie for the Cougars, and 33 saves for Mackenzie Nishes for the Icebergs. Both teams with one penalty for 2 minutes, and the Icebergs are down a player for 1:36 to start this third period. So we'll see if the Cougars can get a power play goal or if the Icebergs can hold off as we start period.
Penalties at clock active.
As we start the third period. And off we go. So there's 1:33 left in the penalty. And Colleen Milligan has it for the Cougars, carrying it down to the corner. Oh, it stopped. It hit a wet spot at the side of the net, and the puck just stopped. Over to this side now, top of the circle, and a shot. That hit a body, hit Rupiper. Puck still hung up in the circle and cleared out by the Icebergs. 109, 108, 107 left in a giveaway. And a near shorthanded opportunity there for the Icebergs. Kicked in by Amanda Bauer. Two players take each other out, Sydney Urso and Bauer behind the net. 48, 47, 46 seconds left in the penalty. 16:10 to go in the third. At the goal line, and that'll be cleared out again by the Icebergs. We are a minute gone here in the third period. 35 seconds to go in the penalty. Colleen Milligan lost the handle on it. Now the Cougars will start the rush. That is Montana Cruz getting around traffic down to the corner. Centering pass to the circle on the other side. Shot, save made by Nishes, and swept over to the wall. Icebergs hammer it out of the zone again. 10, 9, 8 seconds left in the penalty.
Penalty is over. Both teams full strength.
Teams back to full strength. Carson Sheridan has it in the circle. That poked off of her stick. Now coming back the other way, and here's a breakaway opportunity. Taylor Nishes right down the middle with a shot, and a save made by Thornton, and she covers it up. .11 to go in the third period. Icebergs and Cougars tied at 1. Face off in the Cougar zone. Drawn down to the corner. Rosine with it. And they'll start the rush up the far side wall. That's a little too far in front of everybody. Haley Hefel had it for the Icebergs. And puck loose at the blue line, now carried in. It's Margot Thousand over to this side with a shot, and that's a wide to the right. Back to the circle now. Icebergs turn, fire it out of the zone, back to neutral ice. 14:40 to go. Delayed offside. Now everybody touches up for the Cougars. Played off the wall. Nice play there. Bounced off the wall again. The Cougar players got upended. That was Amanda Bauer. Play goes behind the net and into the corner. They'll send it back the other way. Carson Sheridan has it. Long pass through the middle. And now a 2-on-1 coming up for the Cougars, but the Icebergs get back defensively as the puck is fired back out to neutral ice. Mackenzie Rosine has it now for the Cougars. Across the blue line. Shot. Kick save made by Nishes. It goes to the corner here on this side as we come up on 14 minutes left in the third. No scoring in the first period. A goal on either side in the second. Centering pass, save made by Nishes again. Off to the corner and back out to the point now. Here's a shot that hit sticks and never got in on goal. Centering pass, kick save made by Nishes, and it comes over here to the near side again. Bounced off of a stick to the top of the circle. Icebergs trying desperately to get it out of the zone. They can't. Back down to the corner again. They've got help down the middle. Couldn't get it to her though. And the puck free into the corner. 13:22 left here in the third period. Out to the blue line. Knocked away from behind. Shot goes wide of Nishes to the right. Rebound comes all the way back out above the circle on the far side. And now collecting it there is Hannah Weber. Icebergs finally able to get it out of the zone. And on the other end, Sammy Ayers, who has the Iceberg goal tonight. And now the Icebergs hit a line change. Puck goes through neutral. They send it back to the Icebergs into the Cougar zone. 12:50 to play in the third. Puck popped over here to the corner. Kicked along into the circle. Now a shot and a score! Bryn Weaver gives the Icebergs a goal and the lead. It's 2-1.
I got 24 and 19.
4:19, time of the goal here in the third period. Bryn Weaver with the goal. Icebergs lead 2-1. Aaron Olson got the assist. Off the face-off now, Araya no, it isn't either. It is Margot Thousand. And a centering pass. Backhand shot. Save made by Nishes.
Icebergs goal, scored by number 24, Bryn Weaver, with an assist from number 19, Aaron Olson. Time of the Icebergs goal, 4:19.
Bryn Weaver, forward from Monona Grove, and Olson, forward from McFarland, teaming up on that last goal for the Icebergs. And that shot never got in on goal as it hit bodies way out in the circle. Out to the point now. Here's a sliding shot that goes through the slot, ends up bouncing into the corner. 12:18, 17, and 16 to go in the third. Icebergs lead by 1, 2-1 now. And the Icebergs can't clear the zone yet. Cougars cleared it on themselves. Carson Sheridan carries it in, down to the corner. And the puck slides behind the net. It goes to the corner on the other side. Under 12 to play. Out to the point, a shot, save made by Nishes. Little backhand pass trying to get it back toward the middle, but the Icebergs would have none of that. Comes up to the near side, and the Icebergs should be able to get it out. Drew Piper hammers it out to neutral ice at the red line, and now to the blue line, almost a giveaway from behind, or a takeaway from behind. Puck back out to neutral now, and across to the middle. Kelsey Waldner. Puck loose in the middle, and it comes back out to neutral, popped up in the air, gloved down by the Cougars, and into the Iceberg zone. A backhand pass over to the far side. That's Nishes, and out to neutral. Karatko took a run at it, poked away from her, and coming back now is Mackenzie Rosine with a shot, and that's redirected wide to the right. Approaching 11 minutes to play here in the third period with the Icebergs in front, 2-1. Puck out of the zone. Rosine with it. And she'll turn the corner. Referee got in the way, perhaps. Right back at the blue line again. And the Icebergs force the issue toward the middle. Cleared back out to neutral. Colleen Milligan will try her luck. And that's blocked down. Now Cruz with it into the circle. Centering pass, loose puck in the slot. Now at the side of the net. That hit a body, and Karam's off to the corner. 10:25 to play. Another shot comes right in on Nishis. She covers it up. 10:24 to play in the third. Icebergs leading 2-1. Bryn Weaver with the go-ahead goal at the 4:19 mark here in the third period. Face-off heads to the corner. Behind the net, out to the blue line and out. This will be out in front of everybody. They wave icing off this time. Referees say play on this time. And Montana Cruz with it. She gets bothered down there by Hannah Weber. Sheridan behind the net. Out of the zone. And the race is on. Centering pass goes through everybody, goes over here to the near side corner. We're under 10 to play in the third. Wraparound opportunity, loose puck top of the slot. Big pile up there, still loose. Centering pass again, backhand shot, and that goes wide to the left. All the way back out to the blue line now. And a shot, save made by Nishis, side of the net, tried to stuff it in. Could not. Nishis finally gets a handle on it as a couple of players sit on the backside of the net. And we'll get a stoppage of play here with 9:24 to go. .9:24 left in the third. Icebergs leading 2-1. Face-off drawn over here to the near side wall. Comes out to the point. That shot goes through the slot and bounces harmlessly into the corner. 9:15 to play. Poked along the wall. Now back behind the net. That went to Zephan Jager. And now the Icebergs will clear it out. Pass goes behind Erin Olsen, but she'll get it into the Cougar zone. Less than 9 minutes to play now in the third. Rosine with it, comes right in on Nishis, and she'll put the glove down again. 8:47 left. Puck comes flying out to neutral ice. Down to the side of the Cougar net. 8.5 minutes to play in the third period. Now back into the Iceberg zone with a shot. And that one goes wide to the right. 8:18 to play. The half circle, and now the Icebergs trying to get it back out above the blue line, comes into the middle. Nishis clears it toward the blue line and out of the zone. 8 minutes to go. Back outside the zone again. The Cougars will have to reset. They send it right back in. Puck slides around to the corner here on this side, and Sheridan with it. Centering pass, shot, and that one goes through the crease and ricochets back out toward the point. Picking her way through traffic was Colleen Milligan. 7:34 to play. And now the Icebergs start to rush. Hannah Weber with it. Weber throws one in toward Thornton, and she steers to the side. 7:20 to go. Into the Iceberg zone to the corner. Sheridan and Cullison battle for it. Puck goes sliding behind the Iceberg net, poked along to the far side. And the Icebergs should be able to get it out. They do. They send it right back in. That would be an offside call. But now everybody touches up, and they'll send it right back in. Collison chases it for the Icebergs. Along the near side, touched out to neutral ice. We're under 7 to go, 6:48 to be exact. Play goes on in front of the Iceberg bench, now down to the Cougar zone, and that was almost a giveaway. Into the Iceberg zone now. Milligan through traffic, down to the circle, into the corner. 6.5 to play. Sammy Ayers sends it out delicately so as not to get an icing call, poked toward the middle. Icebergs are getting a line change. And this will be cleared out, and this should be icing against the Cougars, I would think. And it is. So the clock stops with 6 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the third period. And the Icebergs leading by a score of 2-1. Slot, and now the Cougars come back the other way with Brenna Banuelos. Drop pass, top of the circle, into the slot, shot, bounding puck, side of the net. Nishis able to make the save, it goes behind the net. 5:51 to play. Back out to the point now, held up there, and loose in the slot above the crease, and then kicked along into the corner on this side. Tegan Rupiper comes over to play it. Comes out toward the blue line, but not out, now it is. 5:35 to go. Aaron Olson has it. Back above the red line. Here come the Cougars once more, looking for an equalizing goal here. 5:25 to play. Centering pass, shot, save on the rebound, hit the side of the net, comes back in front again. Rupiper hits it over toward the wall, and it's cleared out of the Iceberg zone. Long pass goes across to the other side now. Icebergs keep it out. Aaron Olson pushes it ahead. That'll go to Paige Nelson. She'll jump it in the zone. 5 minutes to go. To the near side now, that's Nishis. Trying to pick her way through 3 Cougar players. 4:50 to play. Loose puck now, comes out to the blue line. Icebergs able to hold. Karatko sends it behind the net. Now to the far side, Icebergs able to hold again. To the middle, Nishis into the circle. Down to the corner. Back out toward the point. Shannon King, no it isn't either. That was Haley Hefel. Now loose puck back down to the Iceberg end. They are first to play it. Top of the circle on the far side. Cougars try and get it toward the middle. Icebergs kick it out of the zone. 4:15 to play. Hefel with it again. Poked off of her stick. Fired in. That should be icing. Yep. So icing against the Icebergs. 4 minutes and 3 seconds left on the Icebergs leading by 1. Cap City coming into the game 3-1 in the Badger Conference, 9-3-1 overall. Icebergs 1-3 in the Badger Conference. They were 4-9-0 overall. And right at the side of the net, Nishis able to keep it out. Under 4 minutes to play in the third. Backhand shot, save made by Nishis. Again, it's still loose in the paint, and the Icebergs able to get it out of harm's way. They'll drop it down, Milligan into the corner. Centering pass interrupted by a stick. Comes over to the corner on this side with 3:38 to play. Out toward the middle and out of the zone. Hacked at by the Cougars. They'll send it back to the red line. Now back in. Nishis steers it aside. Sydney Urso to play it. Comes over to this near side. And not out. Backhand pass heading toward the middle. 3:13 to play in the game, in the third period. And a shot. Save made by Nishis. Rebound given up to the circle. Another shot. Still loose. She comes across, makes the save. And it is not in. Holy smokes. An incredible incredible display there as there was a loose puck that was heading toward the goal line. Nish is able to get back across and keep it out of the goal. .304 to go. Face-off won by the Cougars. And a pass comes in toward the middle. That's hacked at. Comes back to the blue line. They push it along over to the near side. And the Icebergs will try and get it out of the zone. They do. 2:50 to play. And that's offside. We have 2:48 to play in the third. Tegan Rupiper is sent off for the moment. Puck loose at the top of the circle, kicked on toward the corner. Clock runs with 2:40 to go. Icebergs leading by 1. Spinning puck into the circle. Shot goes through the slot, ends up in the corner. Coming up on 2.5 minutes left. Behind the net and taken away by the Icebergs. Into the corner now. Comes up along the near side wall. And out of the zone. Hayful behind the net. Eludes the defense. Over to the corner on the far side. And we are down to 2:02, 2:01, and 2 minutes to play. Here come the Icebergs again. It's Paige Nelson. Nelson lost an edge, down she went. Back out to neutral. Sent in. Thornton. Taylor Nishis are yelling at her to get out of the zone. It was an offside play. 1:35 to go. Puck out at the blue line. Another save by Nishis. Here comes Thornton. Empty net on this side. Packed at top of the slot. That goes wide to the right. Back out in front. Nishis trying to get a handle on it. Could not. Whistle stops play. I think the net came off of its spot. Yep. So the Cougars have an empty net down to our left, and Cap City's going to call timeout. So the Cougars call time.
Timeout, Cougars.
1 minute and 14 seconds left here in the third period. Icebergs leading 2-1. This is the first meeting of the season between the Icebergs and the Cougars as you take an overhead look down into the Cap City bench area. They'll meet again on February 6th in Sun Prairie. And if that game is anything like this one, it should be an interesting matchup in Sun Prairie on February 6th. 1:14 to go. This is a Cap City timeout. Pretty cleanly played game so far tonight. Both teams with just one penalty on the evening. Cap City with theirs in the first, and the Icebergs had the penalty called in the second and had carryover time to the third. On the goal scoring, Margot Thousand had a goal at the 7:20 mark of the second. There was no scoring in the first, and that made it 1-0. Sammy Ayers got the equalizing goal at 12:17 of period number 2 to make it 1-1. And then Bryn Weaver at 4:19 here in the third period gave the Icebergs a 2-1 lead. And Cap City again, just to reset,
They have an empty net down to our left. They have 6 attackers against 5 for the Icebergs. 1:14 is the time remaining, and the Icebergs lead 2-1. Off the face-off, it's hung up in the circle. Icebergs clear, and it goes down toward the Cougar goal, which again, there's no goalie in play at the moment, and that's a near giveaway. We have 1 minute to go. Sheridan had it poked off of her stick. Loose puck, save made by oh boy. Nishes, they thought had made the save, but it got poked free and it came over here to the near side corner. 53 seconds left. Icebergs back in action here at the Mann Center Friday night against Brookfield. And then they play Saturday afternoon against Onalaska. Off the face-off, this will come out of the zone. 50, 49, 48 seconds. Coming back now. Icebergs are going to chase it down all the way to the corner. 43 seconds left. Back behind the net. Tried to get it back in front. Down to the corner. 36 seconds to play. 32, 31, 30 seconds. Cougars still with it behind the net. They're a long ways away, though. Long pass to the middle, and that's knocked aside. 21 seconds to play. Rupiper has it, now carried in by the Cougars with 16, 15, and 14. Shot and a save made by Nishes. 13 seconds to go. Seconds left. Face off in the Iceberg zone. Could not clear it. In the slot, turnaround shot goes wide to the right. 7, 6, 5 seconds. Puck goes into the corner with 3 seconds to play. Centering pass. Shot. Hit the side of the net. And the Icebergs have won it. A huge win by the Icebergs over the Cap City Cougars tonight. In the third period, we mentioned it a few minutes ago, Bryn Weaver with the go-ahead goal, which ended up being the game winner.
Third period for the Cougars, Thornton 4 for a game total of 15. For the Icebergs, Nishes 25 for a game total of 58.
Nishes with 58 saves tonight. And Bryn Weaver gets the game-winning goal at the 4:19 mark in the third period. So with the win, the Icebergs move to 2-3 in the conference and now 5-9 overall. And Cap City drops to 3-2 in the conference, and they are 9-4-1 overall. A fun game for us to start off 2018. A 2-1 win for the Icebergs over the Cap City Cougars. And we will have more girls hockey for you coming up on Friday when the Icebergs take on Brookfield. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Thanks to the crew, Brandon, Spencer, Ashley, Derek, and thanks of course to you for watching. This has been a presentation of the Iceberg Television Network powered by WSTO. For more, go online to icebergstv.com for more. And until Friday, when the Icebergs play Brookfield, we'll see you then. James Weingart from the Mann Center. Thanks so much for being with us, and good night from Stoughton. And they put it back in and score. Mallory Cough wins its way right in on goal, and they are able to score. This broadcast of Icebergs Hockey is brought to you through generous support of these WSTO supporters. Stoughton Hospital, a proud supporter of WSTO programming. Stoughton Hospital is a 2010 Wisconsin Forward Award Master recipient, providing exceptional personalized service. Trusted care close to home.
Farmers Insurance, Mike Daniels Agency. Proven history of great customer service. Call to discuss a free insurance proposal and discover if he can save you money. Farmers Insurance, Mike Daniels Agency is conveniently located in downtown Stoughton at the intersection of Main Street and Water Street.
The UPS store of Stoughton. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it all in one place. 2364 Jackson Street, next to Papa Murphy's. Crest Funeral and Cremation Services, love and concern in action. The three things Crest values the most are service, service, and service. A proud supporter of WSTO programming.
McFarland State Bank, your local, safe, and trustworthy community bank since 1904. Member FDIC.